4 summers ago, when I was doing research in Shanghai, a curious thing kept happening to me. Whenever I hailed a ride on an app, such as Uber or Didi, I would immediately get a call from the driver. "Where are you?" "Stay there, I'm coming." "Can he find me on the map?" Eventually, I asked the driver to explain. He said he needed verbal confirmation because he often gets ghosted by customers. It turns out, when traffic conditions are bad, many people abandon their orders. Some even hail 2 rides on separate apps at once and take whichever rides come first. Drivers thus wade through traffic only to find their customers and fares have disappeared. So they decided to call the users directly to remind them that behind the moving dots on the digital interface, there are real humans. Seeing only the technological and forgetting the human is not some byproduct of digital platforms. It is a feature of their design. On these platforms, individuals are treated as sets of data, which get processed by computational algorithms that make decisions on their behalf. For instance, when I place an order on a ride-hailing platform, the app collects data such as my neighborhood of residence, place of work, past travel habits, and so on. These data, along with some of other users, are fed into algorithms to predict supply and demand and generate personalized fares. Say, if I live in a fancy neighborhood, I probably have to pay more. Once I hit order, I then get paired with a driver who must follow the app's planned route to pick me up and complete the trip. Through this whole process, neither he nor I are allowed to question: how are we paired? How is the fare generated? The only decision we can make is whether or not to accept. Just like this, the platform inserts itself into our society as a powerful intermediary, reformatting our decision-making process and controlling the scope of our human agency. As an anthropologist who studies the relationship between humans and technology, I want to make sense of the trend and understand the effects it is having on our society. For the past 5 years, I've immersed myself in China's ride-hailing industry, in communities of computer engineers, corporate managers, and drivers, to study how platform governance is created, institutionalized, and experienced in everyday life. Through my work, I learned that this trend is fundamentally being driven by moral values that prioritize efficiency and control over human agency. Many engineers think that humans are the weakest link in technological systems, a barrier to achieving frictionless transportation. Therefore, it is desirable to automate human decisions to the greatest possible extent, with the ultimate aim of replacing human fleets with autonomous driving cars. Drivers, on the other hand, believe they are crucial parts of the system. They argue that it is their tacit knowledge, communication skills, and creative problem solving that make the platform work in the real world. However, their contributions often go unseen and unrewarded. as the scope of human agency shrinks, what is lost is not just our jobs, but important parts of what makes us human. To explain what I mean, let me tell you about V-Taxi, a grassroots community of taxi drivers who have done things differently. Founded in the city of Hangzhou, V-Taxi created their own digital ride-sharing platform before the founding of Didi and the arrival of Uber in China. When I first encountered them during my fieldwork, I was immediately struck by the human-centric design of their platform. When a new driver enters the community, he is assigned to a close-knit team of 8 to 10 drivers. During the apprenticeship, he learns from them the rules of the community and develops his professional skills until he reaches full member status. The driver then recruits and cultivates a personal pool of clients whose pre-booked trip generate the bulk of his income. But whenever he cannot fulfill order because of schedule conflict or anything, he can share freely with his peers on the V-Taxi platform. He first posts the order to his team. If no one claims it, he then posts it to the entire community. Through these human algorithms, V-Taxi matches drivers with clients efficiently while prioritizing social relations and individual agency. This community-based model has proven highly successful. Since its inception in 2012, drivers in over 80 cities in China have taken up this idea and created their own V-Taxi communities. Today, they even cooperate to form an intercity network that provides seamless service across China. In contrast to platforms such as Uber and Didi, which atomize service providers and control their behaviors, V-Taxi encourage the formation of interpersonal bonds and long-term relations. Many drivers told me that after years of driving the same clients, they have developed a friendship that extended beyond the digital platform. The driver is the first person who gets called when the client parent gets sick and needs a ride to the hospital, or when the client's cat needs feeding when they're away on a business trip. People produce technologies, but technologies also shapes what it means to be human. My research shows that there is an alternative way to imagine platforms. With more human-centric designs, platforms could empower local communities rather than centralizing them. They could help us build trust rather than inserting themselves as a universal mediator. They could enable us to make moral decisions rather than making the decisions for us. There is, I think, a better path forward. We can leverage the power of technology to make ourselves more human. Thank you.